Okay, I'll have to find a sweet spot on
And we're live.
Yay! Welcome to the Arcade Hangout. There's just a few of us, well, two of us here. Oh, I gotta start the chat. I'll do the intro real quick. Welcome to the Arcade Hangout. Usually a larger group of friends than this. Like to get together once a week, talk about arcade games and beer and movies and pinball and all sorts of fun stuff, and sometimes non-arcade related stuff. But
yeah, we should do the disclaimer real quick. So there may be vaping, eating, drinking, poop-inducing boners, poo-covered McDonald's kiosks,
upper deckers.
Yeah. So just be forewarned, if you're just starting the show for the very first time, you may want to avert your eyes.
Leave now.
Leave now. Yeah, you weren't invited.
We get connected into the IRC here. Why is there a big Wu-Tang Clan symbol when I go in?
I don't know. Talk to Gleek.
That's Gleek. Gleek's favorite band or what?
I don't know. The Wu-Tang thing. I gotta scroll back. I don't get that topic. It's like the topic of the day when it like scrolls down and shows you a bunch of shit.
I'm just not into Wu-Tang, but okay. Let's see who. There's just a few people, and there's some people in IRC. Let's see.
Yeah, gotta have to.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, we got Night Flyer, who I think we'll send an invite out to that guy a little bit later in the show. Let's get warmed up a little bit. Maybe get a few more people in here before we start bringing guests in. Just to
we got we should just read through the list. Yeah, let's read through.
Catfish was chatting earlier. Perennial, we've got Brian Frober. Necros is in there.
Necros, we got Mr. Weeble. Mr. Weeble, he doesn't fall down.
we wobble, we don't fall down.
Come to Grinkers and have dollar beers all night. You'll fall down.
We'll make you fall down. Sarah just posted.
Nuclear Warren.
Yep. So that's our intro of the IRC.
Mr. Time Killer, who should be in here, not in chat.
You got a fucking invite, so no excuses.
Yeah, Time Killer. Wow.
Yeah.
Sarah, I think I saw in here.
Yeah, Sarah's in there.
Yeah.
Slick Nick just said, "Hey, what's up, bro?"
Slick Nick. Yeah, he hit me up on Facebook asking me when Grinkfest was, dates and stuff.
All right, so the guys aren't here, the rest of the people aren't here, but the thread is up on Clav, so
sign up, and that's all we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about it anymore.
Yep. Well, we haven't talked really about some of the deets on it, though, right? So October 11th and 12th, I think. That's that Friday and Saturday are the official tournament days. Grinkers Grand Palace, Eagle, Idaho, just outside of Boise.
There's a hotel right across the street from it.
There is, yes. And actually there's hotel information that is posted in the thread on Clav. And that includes discounts. Those things are first come, first serve. That block sells out every year. So
quickly too, within weeks.
So if you're interested in getting on that, get on that. Because, it'll knock a few bucks off the price of the hotel at least.
Yeah, even if it's not set up in the hotel yet. Did Steve set it up already?
It's all set up, yeah. Actually, if you follow the link in the thread right now, it takes you to a special Grinkfest 7 page.
Oh, cool.
I was super impressed. On Hilton, whatever.com. But yeah, it gives you the special sign up right there, and you can book from there and get the discount. So now's the time. That shit's going fast. We've already got, I think 9 or 10 people pre-registered already. It's just posted today about 2.5 hours ago. So,
Gleek's mad at me because I said something about Wu-Tang Clan. He said insult mock.
Oh,
that's not nice.
I'm not a member of the clan. What's Wu-Tang's cool, I guess.
I'm just not into clans,
Yeah, this is the whole name. Just it's a turnoff.
Ever since the drink the Kool-Aid.
I don't know. The costumes.
Yeah.
The pointy hats.
Yeah, the pointy hat. Isn't that a great scene in like Django where he's like, I can't see through my hood. Who made these? My wife made them. You don't appreciate, son of a bitch.
So I was going back to like Blazing Saddles with the "Have a nice day" in the back. Where the white women at?
Oh man.
Oh, we should also add racist comments to the.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you should have a list.
Warning.
I do. I've got a running list up on the high scoreboard now.
Okay.
Shit to warn people about before they start the show. There
Warning.
may or may not be references to.
The show isn't suitable for
anyone.
Anyone for that matter.
Yeah. No, it's like a South Park kind of intro sort of thing. Like, shouldn't be watched by anybody. We're not encouraging it. Thank you for showing up, but we don't actually encourage it.
Slicknick said he just signed up. Cool.
All right, number 9.
And it's also his wifey's birthday too. Remember, like last year?
Yeah, so that's right. Because Vonnie and Steve had the same birthday, or very similar birthdays.
Yeah. Then they had that cake. That was really cool. That black cake. And Nick said everyone had black teeth all day long. Yeah. It was a good cake, though. I had a piece.
I passed on the cake and I just had another beer.
I know.
Yeah,
you're all full of beers at that moment. It's like, I took a really small square. Like,
do I really want all this sugar with all this beer? No.
Well, the beer turns into sugar anyway.
I know, it's all the same thing, really. Yeah. It's like drinking cake.
Yeah, why can't beer turn into a vegetable? Why is that turn into sugar?
It started as a vegetable, or started as a vegetable.
Turn back into barley. Well, barley's like a sweet, but it turns to sugar. That's probably why.
God damn it!
It should turn into like an asparagus or something. Something good for you.
Yeah. Now my pee smells enough without having it turn to asparagus.
Scented pea for everyone.
Yeah, that's right. a little behind the ears.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got to add pee jokes now to the list.
Yeah. Urine, humor.
That list is going to be about 50 items long by the end of this episode.
No, well, that's the idea. I think ideally our intro is basically going to turn into a 15-minute disclaimer.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
We'll just trim it down to, if you're offended by anything, don't stay here.
Yeah.
Suck it up and get lost.
Because he was offended just by you chewing your food.
And vaping and drinking. We're all fucking drinking.
Yeah, this isn't Good Morning America, where everyone's just sitting there,
Yeah.
being happy.
Well, but they eat on Good Morning. They have like food segments and shit like that in there.
Yeah, and they drink coffee. They're eating. They're vaping it up.
Well, isn't that show in California? Because I'm pretty sure they're vaping something else.
Yeah, well, or Colorado, or Canada,
or just vape.
Everyone on this show, besides because he's not actually on the show.
Hey,
Brian's here.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, did you hear at Disneyland you can't smoke or vape anymore? They just got rid of it completely.
Oh, really?
There's no areas to do that. So they used to have two areas. And I don't know if you guys know that who was it? This old game, Rich posted on Facebook about they're tearing down the Adventureland sign. It's ready to be demoed. I guess the plans went out for the city and they're going to demo it out. So all these people are pissed off, and they're doing it to widen it because the fucking park is so damn crowded.
Yeah.
So any choke point they're going to widen.
Mess, yeah. Well, they should put that shit on eBay.
Well, there's rumors that they're gonna crop the sign and repurpose it into something else. Yeah. Hopefully they do that. But there's those two huts that are on each side, and on the left hut is where you get the Dole Whip. They better not get rid of that.
We'll move it.
Yeah, they got it. That's a popular spot. Anyway, welcome to the Disney Hangout.
Yeah,
the
Disneyland Hangout.
So they banned straws too, I heard.
At Disneyland?
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. I think
that was a California thing.
I support the straw ban. I'm not a big social justice warrior kind of person, but fuck straws.
Yeah, fuck them.
I mean, give me a paper straw. I'm cool with that. Just a little thing. All right, hey, here. That straw.
You know what's way worse? What's way worse than straw for the environment? Cigarettes.
Oh, sure.
Just breathing LA air is bad. So what the fuck?
You mean like the cigarette butts are issue for the environment? Is that the issue, or you're talking about the actual
Cigarette butts.
Yeah, the butts. Yeah.
The butts that people flick everywhere.
Yeah, they're bad.
I hate seeing that shit at the beach. That's something that pisses me off.
And as
don't flick your butts in the beach
everywhere, right? And as an ex-smoker, like I bit the bullet because that shit pissed me off so much. I bit the bullet. I used to walk around, even though it's fucking horrible. When I put my cigarette out, I would, knock it off so it's just the fucking butt, and I would put them in my back pocket.
Wow.
You know what? Because and when I got to a trash can, I'd throw it away. And I dealt with the fact that I had a stinky ass back. My butt smelled like nasty ass cigarette butts, but I fucking hated seeing them on the ground. It became this whole like Gandhi thing, right? Be the change you want to see in the world. And I didn't want to fucking see any more cigarette butts on the ground. So it's like, I'm going to be that change for myself. Put my butts in my pocket.
That's awesome.
Butts in the butt.
So my I have a smoker friend. He's besides you. Well, you're not a smoker, but he's my last friend that smokes. And he was the one you saw that was at my birthday party that helped me build the MAME cabinet.
Oh yeah.
He can't quit. He just can't. So what he does, instead of just flicking his butt everywhere, like a lot of smokers do, he's got this little container it's made out of metal, and he just slides it and he puts the butt in there and closes it. And then just like you, it's like and then as soon as you close it, there's no oxygen, so it takes out the embers or anything that's in there. That could be hot. But then he just dumps it like you did when he gets to a trash can. That way he doesn't have to go looking or put it in a can somewhere.
Admittedly, like I say, in the back pocket was a convenience thing. Actually, I picked up the habit at Burning Man. I think it was 2001. I started doing it, but like the first time I went to Burning Man, so it's like film canisters. Because like Burning Man has zero impact thing, so you can't throw cigarette butts on the playa on the desert. Right. So got in the habit of just walking around with the film canister, and it's like just throw it in there, and it's sealed and it's in your pocket. But as a day-to-day thing, walking around every day in your life, that's not really convenient to have this big thing in your pocket. So I get used to doing it the other way.
But I mean, at least it's something. That's
at
least you're trying. So.
Again, it's a Gandhi thing. Be the change.
Be the change. I like that. I have 2 things of news I could go over real quick. If you guys anybody that went to CAX last year that got to play Star Lords, the arcade version, it's a reimagined version of Warlords, basically. But I think is it 6 people? I think that play it once. Yeah, and it's a circular cabinet. It can be a sit down or stand up. At the show, they had it as stand up. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out. But anyway, on Adam Savage's Tested channel on YouTube, they're releasing the making of, and it's super good to watch. You got to check it out. Yeah, it's like each episode's like a half hour, and they go into like their brainstorming session and talking about let's do this, let's try that, and it's really I find that like creative process just amazing to watch and watching.
So Adam Savage, was he actually involved in it too?
No, he put his team on it to do it. I mean, he's got the certain team members on that channel. The 2 guys, the Asian guy and the white guy that does, they're both into VR. Those are the 2 that kind of like went off to work on the project, and they found a programming company that they make games to help them with the game side of it. One guy, actually, no, the Asian guy didn't work on this. Thank you.
That's how I make my entrance.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Anyway, don't listen to me about it. Just go check it out. It's awesome. It's a really neat project, and they're releasing them, I think, 1 a week on it. So it should be another one dropping pretty soon. But really cool. It was fun to play. We all played it when we were there, and hopefully at CAX this year it'll be there again. Who's all going to CAX this year? Gak?
Yep, I'm going.
And Jim?
Yep.
And anyone else?
Got it.
I can't make
Ryan?
it.
No?
I can't make it.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully it'll be there. Okay. Yeah. So my second news item is, of course, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the classic 1970 whatever.
8, 9?
Eight. It's I
I
was.
think it was earlier than that. Hang on.
Or was it like 74 then? Maybe.
No, I was born in 69, 70, 71 or 72, somewhere on there. Anyway,
71.
It's based on the Gene
1971.
Wilder 71. Okay.
Yep.
But I saw that movie in the theater. That's all. What an old fuck I am.
I did too. So, okay.
I went screaming and crying, and my mom had to take me out when all the kids were getting thrashed. It was scary. It was an intense movie for like a two or 3 year old. Gus's Skaloop getting sucked up the tube. I was freaking out.
That traumatized me too.
If you're not claustrophobic,
I couldn't go near plumbing for about a week after that movie.
Or the girl that blows up like a blueberry.
Yeah.
Violet Beauregard.
Roller around.
I was like scared. The mom she's turning blue.
boy, what a great show!
Anyway, the pinball was revealed. It was at the what pinball show was that?
MGC, Midwest Gaming Classic.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty neat to check it out. Keith and Kevin and myself all were connected together via stream and watched the reveal together, so we could all talk about it and stuff. And I got drunk watching the stream. I drank too many IPAs and.
There's a couple of videos on YouTube that talks about the programming and stuff behind it.
Yeah, there's some really neat, interesting behind the scenes stuff on that too. So
it looks like an interesting game. I'm looking forward to Southern Friday.
Pat Lawler made it too.
Pat Lawler, it's not a complete
Lawler
code
game.
yet. So what you're watching is like 40% complete. So that's not even half. So
yeah,
they're gonna drop the rest of it. They usually do pretty well with dropping their code pretty quick.
Are they finished with the back glass, or are they still working on that then too?
It's
because my one gripe with it is that I don't like seeing the border of the monitor in the back glass. You see the black border. It's not like blended in nice like Houdini.
Oh, Well, my complaint was that the cheapest model, the $7,500 model, that's like the entry one.
That's like premium prices.
That's it goes up from there. But the artwork is terrible. All it is just the logo of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's it. There's no pictures or anything. I was like, this sucks.
That's $2,000 more to get decent artwork. Come on.
Yeah. Right? Photoshop. You can just plop. Fizz,
$5,000 more. Yeah.
$5,000 more if you want it actually to be good.
Yeah.
Well, it's so bad that I would make my own side art and replace it. That's how bad it is.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Now, how much
so a lot of people are complaining about it all over Pinside. It's like that's the worst thing about the pin.
I have to admit that I'm not a big fan of the red on the collector. Like they could have picked something entirely different, but like I'm like red just doesn't, to me it doesn't seem like
candy.
It doesn't. Licorice. Did you watch the stream, Jim, of the people playing the game?
No, I watched all the YouTube videos.
So they have a little Wonka vision on the play field, and you see Mike TV walking back and forth. And while you're playing, and on the play field, they also have the camera that, in the white room that shrinks Mike TV. Well, when you shoot the ball a certain amount of times underneath the camera, it takes a picture of you, and then you get transferred to the big screen up here, and it has those dots all around your head, shrinking you. And it goes all the way down to the little, it goes past the screen TV to the little screen TV that's on the playfield, and now you're shrunk inside the TV.
That's pretty bad.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. You guys see Steve Art's link?
That's like a Journey, taking the picture of you for your high score thing. Put your face on the fucking character kind of level shit.
That's kind of cool. Oh, so what Gleek or Seabart just posted? That's I know. Look at the head. His head's right between his legs. That's for to match. That's if you match for a free game. We have the Oompa Loompas making the letters, but it's pretty funny that their head is in their crotches.
Yeah, so I saw that. I saw that on Facebook. Either yesterday or the day before. There was some pretty good laughter.
So here's an interesting thing when they were showing the pinball, that there's this multi-ball mode called, it was supposed to be called Brat Multi-Ball. and it's when you have lit whatever kids that you have lit up that you've
is that what they call kids multi-ball now?
Yeah, they call it kids multi-ball, and everybody hates it. It's stupid. It's just called kid multi-ball. And like, ugh, that sounds.
I can see where that might actually be a little controversial.
Why? Yeah, why is that? Winner.
It was supposed to be Brat, but
golden ticket multi-ball.
The doll is a doll. Ronald Dahl, whoever the artist or the author. His estate, he's dead, but they still control. Some of his licensing and stuff of that. They said absolutely not. You don't call those kids brats, even though the Oompa Loompas sing the word brat. Yep. It's in the book about 12 times. Brat. They just don't want that. They think it's too much of a negative term to have.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. How are you going to pull like a theme from like the 60s forward and have it not include shit that's maybe a little bit controversial?
Slightly. The word brat multi-ball, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
It's better than kid multi-ball. They got to come up with something else. Yeah. For the code update, they got to change it. Everybody's complaining about that too. I know I'm talking about the bad things, but it looks like a really fun pinball game to play.
Very colorful,
There's so much things to shoot for. It reminds me of Ghostbusters. How there was so many things to shoot for in that. Yeah. It's kind of like that. And it's 4 flipper game too. So the only thing that's going to be left out of the $7,500 one.
The cheap one.
The cheaper one. Yeah. The bargain one.
When you have to pay almost double to get the collector edition.
$15,000 for a collector.
It's 12.5. Yeah.
Well, that's the most expensive. Isn't that the limited?
The limited is 95. Yeah.
Yeah. So the $7,500 one is not going to have the Wonka Vader in the very back, as far as like that device is sort of like Black Knight that it'll hold balls and then it can carry over to another game or another thing. It'll still do it, but it'll be a virtual lock. You won't see it in the back locking. So that's the only thing you'll be missing out of it, pretty much. So
that's totally worth $2,000. A piece of plastic for that.
Yeah. Personally, I'm waiting and saving up for Gene Wilder's other greatest movie of all time, Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
That pin will never be getting made.
It'll never get made.
In other words, I'll never be buying a new pin.
Where's the white women at? Multi-ball.
Let me whip this out.
Campfire.
Whip this out.
It'll be like campfire multi-ball. It just
I think you've had enough.
Free Holy Fiesta multi-ball.
We need to add farts to the list.
They'll release it as like a G-rated comments, but then you can mod them with the full comments, from the original.
Yeah, that's cool.
The sheriff of the town is.
I believe you've had enough.
I think he said the sheriff is near. No, God dang it! I said the sheriff is asleep.
We're gonna die. Holy shit! Break time's over. Almost lost a $400 cart.
Yeah. We've given you a Laurel and Hardy handshake.
That is actually one of Gene Wilder's best movies.
Yeah, it's great. That Silver Streak's good.
Yeah. Oh, actually, one of my favorites, The Frisco Kid, with Harrison Ford.
I found that to be more like a drama, though. I didn't find
it is
that
a little bit
comedy. Yeah,
but it's. I think it's a comedy.
Yeah. Very little bit.
It's funny, and actually,
it's not Blazing Saddles funny.
It's not Blazing Saddles funny. No, but like, I still think that's one of my favorite Gene Wilder movies.
Really? Absolutely. Okay. Maybe I got to revisit it. I haven't seen it since I was like in high school. So
no question that Young Frankenstein, Gene Wilder.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
that's a great one. He mostly wrote most of that. Yeah, that's totally. But we have Monsters instead. So
were you guys talking about Hanky Panky when I was loading the wash? Did you ever see Hanky Panky, Gene Wilder?
with him and his then wife, Gilda Radner.
Well, no, it's when they're in that plane and the guy, the pilot has a heart attack. Do you remember
Elevate me.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, it's classic.
Dave, you caught me on one I haven't seen.
Oh, Hanky Panky's the best.
I am Paul Brucher.
I gotta find the scene.
So, does anybody else have any arcade news they want to talk about that they saw out there?
They saw? No.
Not really.
Just
Nothing
my own
new.
news.
My own news, yeah. Another game died.
No, what died on you?
You should know better than have your games on here.
Yeah, turn
No,
those off.
No, what I'm doing is I'm shaking them out before convention season, so I can fix all the stuff here before I take them to the convention.
Yeah, you throw them through the gauntlet on this show.
Yep, yeah, that's fine. No, 19 years ago, I rebuilt the power supply in Joust, and it finally gave it up. So, which is 1 year later than the one at Robotron went. Yeah, 19 years. So I gotta recap, and I gotta replace bridge rectifier.
Reset the counter. The clock.
BR1 died on both of them, so I gotta replace that. But and of course I'm out of bridge rectifiers now.
I was asking you guys, I saw a $600 Tempest on Craigslist, but it doesn't have a monitor. Is that still a good deal?
I would say it's probably a $400 board nowadays.
Okay.
Maybe
working, right?
Working.
It's the whole arcade machine, which looks in pretty decent condition. It has everything.
Cabinet is nice and no water damage, and it has the board set, complete wire harness, no hacking other than the missing monitor. It might be worth $600.
Yeah.
In my own humble opinion.
Well, mock your custom anyway. Just slap a LCD in it. You're good to go.
Yeah. Like all the guys on the group. Just put an LCD in there.
Yeah.
Hey, why doesn't my gun work anymore?
Yeah.
I have a comic somewhere I need to dig up. It's this comic where this doctor's talking to this guy. He says, I want to see if we can do something about your aspect ratio, and the guy's all stretched out.
Right. Exactly.
That's an arcade body
aspect ratio humor.
Yeah. Those of us who understand video.
The AV nerd joke there.
Well, I've got a little bit of radio and television background, so.
If you can't tell by his voice, he does radio.
I know I don't do radio, but
you're fired, Chris.
Already?
Chris, not that Chris.
So, Jim, you watch on YouTube that Captain Disillusion show, right? The one that the guy that has the silver makeup that goes down his face, and he talks about like how he talks about how like faked things are done with After Effects and stuff. Anyway, he has a video that's really actually pretty funny. It's on aspect ratio. I just put it in the link there. You can watch it later. Click on it. That's actually pretty funny. I was thinking of you when I was watching it though, because we were talking about aspect ratio, how people don't get it.
Yeah,
and he shows Star Wars, how they like move it back and forth.
Oh, the pan and scan,
pan and scan nightmares. Yeah, so if you guys want to see kind of a fun video about aspect ratio, check that out.
I might actually have that up on Imgur. Let me see if I can find it.
At least most things nowadays are square pixels. Thank God. Don't have to deal with that 0.9 shit.
He talks about that too.
Yes,
about where that came from.
I do have it up. All right, here you go.
Yeah,
there's the comic I was talking about.
What'd you post it on? Are you on YouTube or
IRC? Yeah. Oh.
Dave, I don't know what's in your dryer, but it sounds like a shoelace going around.
he's got a pair of fucking Doc Martens in there.
No, he's just drying out his extra flyback transformer.
Oh, yeah, you guys can hear my dryer.
Yeah.
His dryer needs a cap kit, maybe.
Maybe.
There's a strange knocking sound.
With all these new freaking electronic washers and dryers, that's actually a reality in about 10 years.
No, totally. I mean, you need like
Wi-Fi. It won't go into spin dryer cycle. Oh, you need to buy the cap kit now.
No one's gonna do a cap kit.
No, they're just gonna buy one.
Which reminds me, we talked about this and showed it
dryer.
Before.
I paid $297. It was a $1,300 dryer, Samsung.
Righteous bucks.
I mean, that was like crazy. He goes, I don't even have the water hooked up. It's got the steam thing. I should buy the hose because it's a function which I'm not even using. Like if you want to, just steam a shirt, just de-wrinkle it, But I never did it.
What do you say, Gak?
So we talked about it a long time ago and we showed the videos, but my coworkers, we were having some.
I can't hear Gak.
We were having some.
No,
I couldn't hear Brian.
I can hear you.
I'm gonna reset it again. Okay. I got Brian now, but
no wonder you talked over him.
Oh yeah, because I couldn't hear him. I didn't even realize he was. Yeah, let me. Sorry. I can hear Brian now, but no Gak. I'm gonna try it again.
right. Yeah. So there was a.
Oh, the dryer sound is gone.
Yeah, that's what's causing the problem.
It got really quiet.
That warm hum of the dryer.
Yeah.
He's running his headset through the dryer somehow.
Got a little ground interference.
Vintage audio guys.
You hear everybody when it's like on the slow cycle or something.
It's like vintage audio guys. It has that warm sound.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so talking to some coworkers today, I don't even know how we got on the topic, just weird stuff, and they always make fun of me because I have these old school arcade games. And I was like, you want to know about a weird hobby? So I showed him the link that Ari Scott did a few years ago with the guys of the washer and dryers.
Washer and dryers,
Like there's a whole sub forum of collectors, and this one dude has like 50 or 60 like vintage washer and dryers fully working in his basement.
You should open up your own laundromat, dude.
Yeah. What was funny, what was hilarious was like one of them is like uber rare, and they're talking about it. The uber rare one they're talking about, it's called the Pounder, and it's like the thing's like thrusting up and down inside the washer.
Oh my gosh, I think I've seen that.
I thought vacuum cleaner collectors were weird.
Yeah.
Do they have let's see, what would they bargeomats? It's a bar with a washing machine surrounding it. $5 unlimited washings and dryings.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen the mockumentary Never Been Thawed?
I've not seen it. No.
Wow, flat line on that. All right, so Never Been Thawed. So it's all about frozen TV dinners collecting.
Oh God, no!
And it's all about like they buy like it's a mockumentary, so it's not real, but it's like they buy like special freezers,
like Spinal Tap,
to like store their frozen dinners, and there are certain dinners that are super collectible because they were rare and Swansons, and they complain about like the proliferation of like modern TV dinners that are not the same as the old TV dinners.
It's the lava hot brownie.
Yeah, from the Hungry Man dinner from 1979.
Yeah, totally. So they absolutely like talk like us, except TV dinners.
That's so crazy.
Never been thawed. So
I want to see that.
On that one. It's
this is the Swanson steak special from 1974.
Oh my God!
Stay away from that.
Stay away from
Swanson gig. He just does fake repros. TV dinners.
Fake repros.
They absolutely break into the repo market thing, and people faking TV dinners.
That's hilarious.
Maybe Steve sometime.
Taste to it.
Steve, sometime for one of our VR movie nights, I've got it on my Plex, so we can probably watch that sometime. It's
and then there's that one guy that scammed everybody, like frozen dinner control.
It's Rams.
You got all that prepay for the chicken dinners.
Took a bunch of pre-orders for some.
Yeah. Tyson 1958 vintage.
LQQK or air.
They talk about rebuilding freezers, and it's fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I found the washer and dryer guy.
I saw that.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Another one that had me I was in tears laughing so hard. I just went down this rabbit hole of YouTube videos. There's a guy, basically all he does is he opens and tastes old MREs, like Army issue, and he gets these crazy vintage ones, like from Vietnam War and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I've never had this one before." And he talks about the packaging, and it's like bulged, it's like just so disgusting. And he's like, "I better put on the gas mask for this one, just to open the package." I was like, "Oh God!" But some of the stuff he actually tastes.
I was like,
like 40-year-old cheese and stuff, man.
When I used to work at Ralph's, we called this Ralph's.
Good name.
The grocery store, Ralph's. Okay,
California thing.
We found this guy he was in the dressing aisle, and he's doing this, taking the dressing lids off, and going. And he took another one off.
Oh, that's nasty.
Wow.
It's like
he went through, and he kept putting his finger in, and opening up. He went through like 5 bottles until we had to go and stop him. And excuse me, sir.
It's like the egg people from Clerks. Right? The guys he's examining the eggs and trying to create the perfect carton of eggs.
That's true shit, though. That's OCD at its worst level.
I like the milkmaids. They want the expiration date.
Oh yeah. Reach into the back of the milk fridge to find something that doesn't expire until like 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah. I identified with that Clerks movie because I worked at 7-Eleven too.
Dude, how did you not get shot? Did you get shot?
No, I almost got hit in the head with a crowbar once, but
Whoa,
37 in a row.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
Luckily, it was a beach.
Flex 38 on your way to the parking lot.
It was a beach 7-Eleven, so cops stopped there a lot, and I always gave them free coffee just so they'd come, just to keep the cops coming in all the time.
There is a real bad pun in there somewhere.
And they were the only ones we allowed to use the bathrooms.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Says
I identified with that.
I'm not even
time.
supposed to be here today.
I'm not even supposed to be here. That's when all the bad shit happens, and it's so true.
Bunch of fucking animals in this town.
My favorite part of that movie is when they're talking about Star Wars, where the Death Star explodes, and they're like, "Yeah, those are just a bunch of contractors that blew up. Not any stormtroopers. They weren't even on there yet. Just a few. It was still being built." I'm talking about like Return of the Jedi, where it's a half built.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a bunch of contractors were in there. There was it wasn't filled with the fleet and cruisers and stuff. This is a bunch of contractors all died. You think a stormtrooper knows how to install a toilet?
Right. Yeah.
That was a great line. That was the best part of the movie, I thought.
That is funny.
I need to watch Clerks again. I haven't watched that in a while.
Yeah.
That was a 2.
Yeah, that was pretty weak.
At LAN parties, we rate them.
So I don't think I've met
LAN
you.
parties?
NG
Night Flyer.
Yep. Hey.
Night Flyer. How's it going?
Good.
I don't know. How do you? Okay.
He's one of our long time.
I've been a collector. Guys. I've been a collector for 19 years. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got 6 pins and I've got about 14 video games. I got a few of them behind me.
Nice.
What pins do you have?
I have
Leave it to
I gotta
Mark.
think. All right. So I have a Earthshaker, a Whirlwind, HS2 Getaway, Black Knight 2000.
Oh,
wow.
I've got a Twilight Zone and a Whitewater.
I was actually going
to I used to have Whitewater. I sold it.
Fun game. The only one thing I don't like about that game is when I have to clean it. Yeah, and it's due for horrible. It's due for a complete, so I'm gonna have to take it all apart. Yeah.
I sold Whitewater for Monster Bash remake.
That was a good one. Yeah, that's a good switch. I'm kind of bouncing around the idea like, I could sell this and then put some money in and get a TNA. I really do want a TNA. It's a great game.
Well, you let me know when you want to sell that Black Knight.
I've
been looking one of those for 30 years or so.
Good luck
with that one.
Yeah. Well, I see him. I still see him on Craigslist once in a while. Probably at least once a year. Yeah. And by the way, I've seen one in the last 10 years here. So that's my third news item. I forgot I had a third one. That since Willy Wonka was announced, go check out Craigslist because everybody starts selling their pins when a new big pin hits. People are all selling their shit so they can have money to buy the next thing.
There are so many creatures on Craigslist right now. It's fucking.
There's a ton of pinballs out there.
There's another
creature. Saw 2 or 3 pages worth. I'm like, whoa, and the selection's way better than normal. It's not. I'm not seeing Lethal Weapon 3 over and over.
Twister.
A bunch of Street Fighter pins.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Street Fighter and
there's a Lethal Weapon in Denver right now for like 1,300.
Austin Powers. I'm looking at.
I love
getaway,
seeing Todd
another
Taki try to sell Street.
So yeah, if you're into looking for pinballs, this is a great time to look because everybody's looking to sell their pin to buy Willy Wonka or Vector. Black Knight 3.
Black Knight, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of Black Knight 3, Brian?
I like it. I don't think I would go for anything above the Pro though. I don't think the upper playfield
doesn't do anything, right?
It's doesn't really. Pretty much. I mean, so the 6-ball multi-ball just kind of looks like mayhem to me. It does. It look like it. It's like that's just a bit too much.
Is this supposed to be like 3 up top and then 3 down
No, they all come down.
Okay.
They all come down.
Well, you try to keep it up there, but there's nothing to shoot for when it's up there, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, there's just one shot. So the other thing about the upper playfield, of course, is that makes it harder to clean, and that, of course, that acrylic is going to get, it's going to get all foggy.
It's going to get foggy, and you won't be able to see below, and it just. I thought exactly what you thought that I wouldn't get that.
I saw that, and I was like, that's going to look like crap after a year.
In a year, exactly. That's what Keith and I said. We're like, no,
especially in a location game. If somebody gets one and puts it out on location, after 2 weeks it's going to get nasty.
Yeah, clear upper playfields suck.
No, you have to buy like a bunch of extra upper playfields, like when you buy the game, like get some spare ones if you were going to do that. Yeah. But I agree too.
Yeah,
that's the classic part of Black Knight.
Well, we're kind of
Black Knights,
we're kind of bouncing around the idea where I work for the local game bar, by the way, if you didn't know. I maintain their games too, so I'm really into it. But
where are you out of?
Atlanta.
Okay.
Georgia.
So if you go to Joystick on Edgewood Avenue, that's what I keep the games going. So we're kind of bouncing around the idea of a new pinball, and I thought about, Black Knight would actually probably do really well, but I would definitely go for the Pro, especially for a location game.
And it's almost the same game. It's almost the same.
We make our pins all do really, really well. We earn very well on pinball. And we're a quarter on every machine, 1 quarter per play every game.
Wow, usually they're a buck.
Our Twilight Zone, our T2 machine is doing an average of $800 a month at a quarter a game.
God,
wow,
quarter a game.
Yep.
Usually they're $1 everywhere.
Our X-Men 4-player is doing $1,200 a month.
Oh yeah, we
and there's no cover charge to get in there. It's just straight up.
There's no charge, no cover charge.
Okay,
is it a bar? Is it a bar? Arcade
it's a game. It's a game bar. It's an arcade bar.
Okay,
nice.
Okay. And actually, Brian posts these kinds of things into the IRC when you guys maybe aren't paying attention. He actually posts some really great info. I actually would be curious to bring him in almost just to hear his updates for how his arcade's doing, what the games, the top games that are pulling in.
Yeah. I'll tell you what the
that
turkeys
weekend.
Yeah, tell us the turkeys.
Yeah, tell us your
turkey time.
All right, our worst
three,
turkey,
bottom three.
The bottom three, Popeye did $17 last week.
You're talking about the vid, not the pinball.
The vid,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
The vid. And it's all, it's original. It's nice. Gauntlet never does very well. Yeah, never.
Used to back in the day.
Yeah.
It just
is that why you had it on the dolly in the picture you posted?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
It's out.
And actually, when we moved it, the earnings went up. But it still only does it does maybe 200 a month. It's not strong, but it's a loss leader because it brings people in. People come specifically to play it. Yeah. So, and then of course they'll spend money at the bar, and then they'll play other games. So
you have to factor that in for sure.
Yeah, it's a loss leader, so it stays. Our other really bad one, our Galaga doesn't earn, and the reason our Galaga doesn't earn is because it's got an LCD in it.
See?
Yeah. It's doing.
Even average Joes don't like
it.
See?
Even the hipsters won't play it.
That game does less than half of what Miss Pac-Man makes.
Why does it earn more when it's a monitor?
Because it looks better, and you don't have the delay factor.
Okay.
So because there's an analog to digital delay factor.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And for the digital panel. So. Because when you go into Best Buy or Walmart or whatever, and you see all the TVs up on the wall, and when they change screens, they all change at very slightly different interval.
Yep.
It's that. That's the factor.
Yeah.
So
wow.
So when something makes the screen, it's already happened. Now imagine a Robotron with an LCD in it with that factor. Unplayable, completely ruined.
Right.
It won't play. So we're actually going to go back with because that LCD in that game is actually dying now. It's 3 years old. That's the other thing. The rebuilt
maintenance
monitor.
Free my ass.
let's just take an example. Let's take a Wells Gardner 4900, real common. You rebuild one, recap it, put a new flyback in there, and you've got a monitor for 15 to 20 years, even in commercial use. LCD 22 to 25,000 an hour, and they start to fail. So that's roughly 3 years in commercial use, and that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Our Street Fighter 2 doesn't earn very well either, and it's got an LCD.
Oh,
I guess I got to replace my main cabinet.
Yeah.
Our Mortal Kombat 2, on the other hand, is all original. It's got the Wells Gardner 7000 in it. and it earns really, really strong. That's commonly an $800 plus a month game.
Yeah, you can't use an LCD in a Street Fighter. They're,
Right.
Like,
yeah, no, it's got it. That has an LCD, and it's in a joust cabinet, so it's 19-inch. The control panel's small. We're going to replace that cabinet. I'm looking for a dynamo.
You need to get yourself a Big Blue.
Except I really, really don't want to move Big Blues around.
It's a bear.
Andrew, I think you were saying you were willing to trade it for a Black Knight 2000, right?
I think about that.
So wait, let's talk about
Black Knight 2000 is not up to question.
Okay.
I'm just
so let's compare Black Knight 2000 to Black Knight 3. Now, the upper playfield in Black Knight 2000, there's a lot different things you could do. You could knock out targets, lock balls, and you have those lanes that can fall down.
You have the 3 in lane. You have the 3 in lanes. You've got the 3 targets for the drop down. You have 3 pop bumpers up there, and you have the war.
You have 3 drop downs for the
ball and a 3 ball is a 3 ball lock.
Yeah,
right?
3 ball lock.
Yep.
Okay, now in Black Knight 3, there's just a 3 ball lock and a loop.
Yeah,
that's it.
Oh, that's a shame.
And it's like $1,800 to add that to the game. That's not $1,800
for an upper play field that's going to turn misty and in
a year.
In a year from all the scratched up balls up there. Yep. So
that's a bummer.
It is.
It has don't need it. But it has pop bumpers below.
Yeah, they're down below the playfield.
Yeah, right.
They're down below the upper playfield.
So, and when you launch a ball, does it drop to the lower bit or the upper bit?
I'd have to go rewatch the video, honestly.
So,
I think you got to use the ramp to get up there, don't you?
Right.
Yeah.
So if you launch a ball on a premium or LE, it goes to the lower playfield and the bumper.
Yeah, because the in lanes are down there.
Yeah.
No, when you launch a ball, it goes to the upper playfield every time. Actually.
on 2000.
On Black Knight 3 on the upper playfield one, the limited or whatever it is.
Yep.
When you launch a ball, it's different. It goes to the top playfield.
Right. Okay. So, but that's the same thing as with the.
But it doesn't on the basic. It just goes to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but 2000, every ball launches to the upper playfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I love that because you get it on your upper right flipper, and you can go immediately to unlock. Get some loops going.
Right.
And Whitewater is sort of like
worst case scenario. You light one of the wars.
Whitewater was like that too. It's sort of the skill shot in a way.
The skill shots are up there. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could either go for the the whirlpool, or you could shoot the skill shot.
Yeah. Depending on what you need to do.
Whitewater's a good game. Like I said, it's fun and the theming is great. I just hate having to maintain it.
What do you have there, Gak? What are you drinking, Gak?
Yeah, you're
local to you. Carl Strauss.
Oh,
that's near you, right, Mark?
Yes, real close to my work.
So it's called Boat Shoes Hazy IPA.
Oh, good stuff. I go there for work meetings, and we're not allowed to drink beer. What a rip!
Oh, that's terrible.
That sucks.
What do you go there for? The atmosphere?
For burgers, for lunch meetings, that kind of thing.
Place I used to work at, we'd had Fridays. We had beer 30, 4:30. You could go to they actually bought beers for everybody, and you could go get a beer.
Wow,
that company's no longer in business, but
well, so Denver Beer Company, which I brought up. I think I sent some beers to you, Steve. The Graham Cracker Porter.
Yeah.
Was one of those.
I had that.
Actually, I think, that was one of the beers I brought to Fett out to Nassau when we drank on the beach. Specifically for him was that Graham Cracker Porter.
Cool.
They were directly across the street from our last office, and we considered that I think it was conference room number 5.
There you go.
Yeah.
But we would fucking drink there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I mean, there are some people that consider our place, Joystick, as the conference room down the street because we actually have tables, we have board games, we have place you can sit down.
There you go.
So there's a lot of people. I mean, it's kind of like nerd heaven over there. It's great.
Did you talk about your 3 top earners already? All 3
top earners. All right, our biggies are obviously T2 pinball is always strong. They kind of change places every week. It just kind of depends on who comes in, but Turtles in Time always does well. NBA Jam always does well. It's a 4-player. 4-player X-Men is always 1,000 plus every month.
Wow.
And everything's
1,000.
20. Yeah, it during the summer, during our hot months, which is the summer when everybody comes out, we did regularly. We did $1,200 a month in those, in the X-Men and in the Turtles. They both do that. Let's see the other one.
Yeah, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have paid $200 for one of those.
Right. MK2.
I kind of still wouldn't, but
MK. So
Cheap.
Mortal Kombat 2, strong earner. Ms. Pac-Man, of course, strong earner. And let's see what else.
How many games do you have in there?
We have 22 on the floor right now. We're going to add. We're adding more. Yeah.
Do you see women usually gravitate to the same games every time?
They kind of do. Yeah, they kind of
like
do. And that's
Centipede, Miss Pac-Man, shit like that. Galaga.
We have a. You know what's funny? We have a Centipede Mini and it earns weak. I did an experiment and I actually took my upright Centipede, my full size down there, and ran it for 2 weeks, and it earned double what the Mini does.
Holy shit!
Because it's tall and recognizable and has the marquee.
Oh, weird.
Oh, yeah, because the marquee's up here instead of down here by your knees.
Yep. Wow. It's amazing what. And the other thing,
it's the same size monitor too. That's
it's a 19-inch monitor. It's the same.
I can see if it's like a small monitor too.
But same, yeah. So the other thing that I've done, I've been the same size control. I mean, the same joy. Everything is the same. But the other thing, of course, I've been tuning up monitors and fixing coin lights, fixing marquees. All of that stuff makes a difference. Where like a game with a working marquee and working coin lights and a pretty monitor will make 25% over one that has marquee out, coin lights out.
Yeah.
All right. Control panel is not the same width though.
A little bit narrower.
Cabinet's wide,
it's a little bit narrower. You said that, and I was like, wait a minute. I've got a Centipede Cabaret and an upright right there.
It's probably like 5 inches, 5, 6 inches narrower on width.
Yeah. Well,
no, but
Terry would appreciate that.
Which is
about the coin door lights, because that's her like OCD. If coin door lights are out,
yeah. Well, look behind me. I'm picky. Okay.
I think all of us have working. Is anyone here not into having working coin lights?
Hell, my right 10 has coin door lights, and that never even came with them.
That's right. Look at
that. Yeah.
I actually am like anything with pinball. If a light is out, it freaks me out.
Just take care of it. Yeah.
I got to take care of it right and then there because I need to know when it's lit.
Well, the thing is, so RT2 had LEDs, and we had a customer have an epileptic seizure because of the strobing.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That was a stop. That was a stop. So we actually converted it back to in cans, and the game actually looks better. And it earns more. Its earnings went up about 20%.
Because you changed it to bulbs.
Because I went back to bulbs.
Wow.
The machine plays better with the bulbs in it.
You should see the Monster Bash remake with the LED.
I've seen it.
When you do the Wolfman multi-ball, the moons flash with the brightest light. It feels like a strobe light. I was like, that's total seizure inducing big time.
Yeah. But so the other any game that's designed for LED, I love it. TNA, Black Knight, the new one, all the modern games that run DC, absolutely love them. But in older stuff, I always go in can. That's what I do.
Do you have a Robotron on your playfield? I
have a Robotron.
On your, I'm sorry, I meant at your work where you're at.
No, I don't have one there. No.
Okay. Did you used to have one there ever?
We had one there for a while. It didn't earn well because it kept breaking, but it wasn't my game. It was actually another guy's game. Insists on running a switcher, and it was doing what Williams games do with a switcher. It would just reboot randomly anytime it wanted to, and lose the score tables. And Williams tend to not like switchers.
Okay.
I've thought about putting my Robo down there for a little bit just to see how it earns.
It's not really a well-named.
It's not
recognizable.
I was just wondering how well it would do. Yeah,
I mean, it's an amazing game, but
I don't think it would. Well, it's not a casual game. Yeah. That's the problem. The casual in a bar setting, like Game Bar, the casual stuff is going to make more money.
Yeah,
your Mispacks, your Frogger, Now we had a Donkey Kong and it didn't earn well.
That's
hard.
You have a
game though. Like you play it once, and you're like,
"Fuck you, Windows update."
I didn't even get past the first fucking barrel board. I don't want to play this.
Yeah. Game. Well, I mean,
it's a hard game.
But that's probably what kills it because we had a DK for a while and it didn't earn. It did 60 a week, I think, is what the number was.
Yeah. So Brian, if you were going to put together let's say a 10-game arcade to put on location somewhere.
Oh,
what would be your top? I wanted to make it a reasonable number, so half the number you got to come up with, right? So you wanted to set up a barcade. Like, what would be your go-to games?
Well, of course, no. It depends on the crowd. Obviously, Miss Pac, a Frogger, a Galaga, a Centipede, for the classic stuff.
Yep.
I would definitely do a 4-player X-Men.
Yep.
I would do an NBA Jam, just out of my experience.
Co-op games, yeah.
I would do
a
Turtles in Time. Gun games earn well. So like Invasion, I would do Invasion. Or a Place Trainer. Both of those,
Time Crisis.
So the sit-down car racers seem to do very well.
We had Hydra Thunders and they earned really well. So I would consider doing Hydra Thunder, Rush the Rock, any of those.
All racing game. Yep.
And of course, pinball earns really well. If you put good quality pinball out, it will earn money.
You're at 9 vids though. You didn't even mention one pin until the last.
Yeah, I know.
Until my pinky.
I need more.
You mentioned one pin.
I need more.
So Orange Whip's got to hear this because we were telling him, you got to have a Ninja Turtles. You got to have one.
Part of the reason why,
or an X-Men.
We have a
Simpsons, or
he's got a Simpsons, I think.
Yeah, I've got some pictures of joystick that I took last month. I can put those up.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And actually, if you can bring them on your own desktop,
go get a drink
share your desktop and
give me a sec.
Rather than doing it in IRC.
Yeah, give me a sec. I can pull those up. They're it's a slideshow, so.
Perfect. So pull up a slideshow, let me know, and I'll present you.
Albums.
Love this shit. This is like real arcade fucking content here.
Yep.
The show is not well known for it.
These are the slightly older.
I even have something to talk about myself later.
These are the slightly older picks, and it's not all of them.
You can present your desktop?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Yep.
Present!
Now! Hurry! Oh, we're losing people in the chat.
Said good day.
Oh, there goes the non-arcade crowd who wants to talk about sorry, we'll talk about poop next week.
We'll talk about poop and farts next week.
Hey,
I mean, if you want a fart contest, I've got a soundboard too.
Yeah. I've heard you on the other show.
What other show?
I've got some good ones.
Jimbo, you don't know we have a pre-show.
Oh, that show.
Stupid after show has a pre-show, which just
I have a few really, really good ones. And in fact, who is it that pooped himself at
It's
legendary. He's here.
That would be me.
Whoops.
Yeah. Can't trust a fart.
Nope. I have a worse one that I have a worse one that's probably not even appropriate for this show.
The one that there's nothing that's inappropriate for this show.
I know.
Every time you say that, Dave, I think about Louis C.K. and his thing about every time I take a shit, it's an emergency.
I'm that guy. Yeah.
You're running down. You want to run fast, and you're like, no.
We're talking to people about being regular. No. Every time I take a shit, it's an emergency.
My daughter was she remembers when I was driving home and I was literally driving like up like this, and I'm not going to make it. And Daddy ran out of the car and ran in. He's pulling his pants down in the garage because I'm like, I'm like, Julie, I'm not going to make this. Oh my God, I'm not going to make it. She remembered that was like 4 years ago, and she's 11. She was talking about it the other day. The time Daddy got out of the car and he's pulling his pants down in the garage and he's screaming, "I'm not going to make it."
You're like waddling through the garage.
Oh man, I just stopped and started running. I didn't think it was going to happen. I'm literally driving like this in the seat. I'm not even got my ass on. I'm just like, oh.
So.
That was really good.
That might make my top 10. That was
good. No, we coined a term at work at the last place I worked at because we had food trucks would come every Thursday.
that's just a present waiting to happen.
This one Mexican one would show up, and
even better.
Oh yeah, and let me tell you, that one, anybody that ate that one messed them up, man. There were people that they were making faces I've never seen them make before. And we invented the term because literally the 6th floor bathroom was all tied up. The 3rd floor bathroom, which is our other office space, was tied up. The fitness center bathroom was tied up, and the lobby bath was tied up. There were people going out to the dock and used that bathroom because it was the only thing available. And so we coined the term the Del Fuego honk, because that's essentially what it did to us. Where's Jay? Oh, he's downstairs doing the Del Fuego honk.
I just like that you said the guy that shit himself at Grinkers.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder who that was.
You need a shirt, I think, that says that on the back. I'm the guy that shit myself at Grinkers.
Yeah. In case you have to ask, I'm the guy that sharded in the Grinkers bathroom.
There's
the back, I'll say, just ask Gak.
You'll never guess what I just did.
Oh, and I caught the tail end of it too. Yeah.
The tail end. That's the bad end.
Oh.
Yeah. There's your joystick picks up on share.
Okay.
So can you zoom into some of those?
Or just click on each one?
Yeah.
No, those are full res right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your little centipede.
Right next to the coin machine.
Yeah. Space Invaders is not a real good earner either.
Yeah.
It's weak.
That.
Oh, you got a
Well, you got Galaga, so I'm not surprised. Yeah.
We got a what?
Circuit diagram on the
so
wall.
I'm not surprised.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the artwork's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why they're not playing Popeye, because they know it's in a DK Junior cabinet and they refuse to play it. That must be it.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
I like the little tables between the games, so you have a place to put your beer.
That's exactly what those are, to keep the beers off of the games.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
It looks like you got a ton of space there.
We do. We have plenty of.
Okay, so there's your Street Fighter with the LCD.
Yep.
Right by the window too.
Yeah, it's been moved. It's actually been moved over to where Gauntlet is.
It's into the basement now.
No, it's still on the floor. There's the NBA Jam.
Ah, nice.
The monitor. That's the monitor I tuned up.
That's beautiful.
Plenty of places to put your beer there too.
Beautiful. Yeah, you like that? Does that give you a boner and make you want to take a shit, or the other way around?
well, wait. It gives me a semi-chubby, but Mock, if you take a shit, I'll give you a full on.
Where am I
looking
looking?
In the same room?
Through that open door, looks like this is somebody's house. It looks like a kitchen back there.
Oh no, that's actually the parlor. That's the second space. So we have games in there too.
Oh, you got was that Neo Geo? What? Oh, Metal.
That is a terrible Neo Geo conversion. It does not earn. We are looking for
Williams cabinet
where it is in a Joust cab. We are looking for a real MVS cabinet for it. If we can find one, I'll bet it will triple its earnings at least. Yeah, because it's got Puzzle Wobble, it's got Metal Fury,
it's such interesting information that for people that aren't in the hobby, it's like was a subconscious. They just know that it's like CGI versus like real practical effects in the movie. Yeah. Like people just kind of, something's wrong here.
Well, it doesn't keep them dropping quarters. They play it and it doesn't feel right. So they move
Continue.
On.
Yeah, exactly. The Turtles, of course, I've redid that monitor too. Redid the joysticks, redid the buttons.
It looks like you got original sticks in there too. Nice.
Yes, it has original sticks in it.
Nice. Did you ever have an Area 88 shooting game?
No, we haven't had one.
Area 88.
I think that's what it's called, isn't it?
51.
Area 51.
Oh, Area 51. I'm sorry.
Area 88's the.
I was just actually trying to Google Area 88. What is that? Google
must be a sequel. Yeah.
Unreleased. I have it on my main cabinet.
That's a shmup.
And then, of course, Police Train earns really well. Invasion earns really well. It's an Invasion too. There is our new Outrun that I just finished restoring. We have an R-Type, and once we can get into the cash box door, we'll put it in play.
That plays well,
it's in free. Yeah, it plays really well. Gauntlet, of course, it's got the hap sticks because it's the Atari sticks wore through the bottom of the housings.
Oh.
And our Terminator 2 and Dolly.
What's that EM you got in the corner there?
That's a Dolly Parton.
Nice.
Dolly earns well. Dolly does about $600 a month.
Wow.
And
she works the corner well.
Yeah,
she does. She's going to be
that's pure theme.
For sale. She's going to be for sale soon because we're replacing her with a Brida Pinbot.
These numbers you're throwing out are like astronomical to me. Are you like in a prime location where you are?
Yes, we are. We're in a real hot spot.
Yeah, I'm like, man, you're killing it with these numbers. I mean, granted, your rent's probably a fortune, but
it must be like high traffic.
Oh yeah,
town.
It's super high traffic. Yeah,
just a high traffic town.
We're on Edgewood Avenue in downtown Atlanta.
Was that a journey?
Right in the
it was an
area.
attempt to make it a journey thing, but it didn't work out too well. One too many syllables.
Let's see. Do I have any other pictures? I think I do.
So how often do games go down? Would you say like once a week?
Pretty rare. I mean, I've got everything. I've kind of got everything bulletproof there.
Bulletproof?
So
okay. That's why you don't have like a pole position.
Yes, we own a pole position. It's in storage, broken again. Let's see.
Just how they should be. That's
well. No,
I just want to know if you had a defender next to another defender, and one had a green button.
Yeah, you have to save that for Carrie.
Yeah. I know, right?
No, I don't.
Where is Carrie?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Her she's delayed. Her car battery died. She got it jumped, and she was apparently she needed to drive it for a bit to charge it up.
I have a lot to talk about with San Francisco when she gets here.
But no, I'm looking for other pictures from Joystick because I've got newer ones.
No pictures of the bar with the beer lineup.
I may.
Yeah,
I can take more.
So Atlanta, I'm trying to think. Is that near the Broken Token guys or the Game Room Junkie guys? Are they out in that area?
No,
Broken Token's Kentucky.
Kentucky, okay.
So here's
a map.
Give me a second. I'm going to share again. I got another.
Jeez. I'm just kidding. Hey, it's me.
It's you.
Yeah.
It's me watching me.
Whoa. What are you looking at, Nick Nose? Hey.
So that's our current situation on that wall.
Hey, Raiden. Is that 25-inch?
That is a 25-inch dynamo.
Nice.
That's actually my Raiden. It's over there right now. It's filling in for X-Men because the board set's out for repair. It lost its sound.
Cabinet. Oh, that's a dynamo with the cut corner. Yeah, those are nice with the 25s.
Yeah. That was a $100 empty cabinet project. I had the board, and I did the restore myself. So
nice. It came with the monitor.
The monitor it came with had a bad tube, so that is not the original monitor it came with. Thanks to a local friend of mine who has a stash, I was able to buy a monitor from him, and it's got a really nice K7000 in it. Super reliable. It earns well. $800 a month usually. It's coming home as soon as our X-Men goes back on the floor.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, those are great games. That's a Raiden 1?
It's an original Raiden 1, yeah.
Okay.
And I got it. I bought the board set because I had one in the arcade that I worked in back in 91 or so. And so I wanted it. So I enjoyed that game, so I bought the board. And then here it is, however many years later, and I finally built the whole thing.
It's funny. I was like, yeah, I'd like a Raiden Fighters, and I used to have a board, and then I sold kind of like Turtles in Time. I posted in our chat. I bought a Turtles in Time board. I was going to throw it in my Turtles cabinet and with a switcher. Never got around to it, so I'm like, well, these boards are starting to go for a good chunk of change. So I sold mine like 6 years ago for $180, and I made a good amount of money on that. And I'm like, I did pretty well. And now it's like,
here we are. It's $600, $700, $800 for these freaking boards.
Yeah.
So speaking of,
for TNT. Oh,
that's crazy.
Shit.
I do an empty cabinet project once a year. So Raiden was 2017's project. Last year's behind me, the Bomberman right there. That was last year's. Can you see it? There it is.
Yeah.
That was a $100 empty cabinet with the working monitor. And now I'm looking for a cabinet because I want to do a Tetris.
No, you want to do a Toki.
My Robotron was a Toki and I deconverted it and restored it.
The opposite of what Jimbo did.
Actually, no, not the opposite, because mine was already converted to a silkworm. It was Swiss. There was nothing original in that, and it was Swiss cheesed.
But that was back in 2000 that I did that.
Oh, nice.
So what's your next cab gonna be?
Yeah, what's 2019?
I want to do a Tetris. I think it'd be a nice fun game.
I've got one in storage.
That'd probably be popular at the arcade.
I know, and I'm thinking about doing it for the arcade actually.
Yeah.
What cabinet? Any 19-inch good cabinet, like a Dynamo HS1, one of those Data East cabinets.
Sure.
Everybody remembers Tetris. I mean,
Atari Tetris is an amazing game.
It'll earn well. Yeah, it'll earn. So that's
actually, I played 2 or 3 games those last time I was at 1UP a couple weeks ago. So
I think my next project though is going to be the Marvel vs. Capcom for work. They have some turkey shoot game. It doesn't make money, so lost my screen. Oh, here we go. It doesn't make any money, so I want to take that cabinet. It's an MK1 cabinet, and convert that to Marvel vs. Capcom. So that'll be my next one.
See, we got to start making games for those '90s kids.
Yeah, and you know what? Those are the guys that are coming to the bar. Those games make money. They earn. And my goal is to get to a certain level of game earnings, because it's like a snowball, right? So the game budget is completely different from the rest of the operating budget for the bar, partly because of state laws and partly because that's just how we operate it. So the more the games earn, the better games we can buy, the more I make, So have you gotten people that are requesting certain things like Killer Instinct or? Oh yeah, Killer Instinct
like
we get a lot. We get Tekken a lot. We had a Tekken, it belonged to somebody else. It left. So we're actually looking for a Tekken now. We'd like to find either a Tekken 3 or 4. Tekken Tag would be okay. We are looking for MVC Marvel vs. Capcom gets requested a lot.
Or 2.
Frogger we get requests for.
Mock, what's the game? Party Boy or whatever was it called?
Lover Boy.
Lover Boy.
There we go. I can't remember it.
For Lover Boy.
I'll have to look and see, because we actually do keep a list of stuff that people
I highly
doubt it.
It's a graphic, pornographic.
It's X-rated video game from France or something.
Yeah,
but it was an actual arcade machine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
a rape simulator.
Yes, basically.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh man,
it really is.
Oh man, that'd be great to bring the CACs.
Oh Jesus,
Lover Boy off.
It would just be like it'd be tented, like with this 21 and up tent.
Little curtain around it.
It must be a green curtain.
You have to have like a big guard in front of it.
Oh god, but that would get so much attention though.
It would be so funny.
Like if you had like a guard over a game where it's like, it's like, nope, adults only.
Yeah, you'll come out laughing or really offended.
I'm sidetracking the conversation here, but Island Pirate needs to set one up in his van out back.
Fucking Andrew just keeps ducking out. Coming back.
What's going on with my connection right now? And
you're Mr. Gigabyte. Gigabit. I mean,
I was on wireless, and I just swapped to wired.
There's your solution.
I can try rebooting, but
your video is actually cleaning up.
I don't know if I come back, if it's going to fuck up the broadcast.
I got it.
Oh,
your video is cleaned up. You look good now.
Yeah.
So
seems all right now.
And I've got 28 years in IT. It's amazing how many wireless issues I fixed with a simple Ethernet cable.
No, I know. And it was seriously, I forgot. Normally I plug in.
In other words, not wireless anymore.
For out here, because fuck wireless.
Yeah.
But I just forgot to do it before the broadcast, and I plugged it in and swapped over networks, and it's been dropping out a lot.
The power of Ethernet.
Yeah, I'm using Ethernet cable to wire all my video connections in my cabinets.
I'm gigabit end to end. I've got a rack in the closet, server rack in there. Yeah, it's kind of insane. Let's see, almost 8-year Minecraft server up and running.
Whoa,
Seabart knows about that server.
You just got nerd status on a whole other level.
Ding.
Yeah.
And that note,
shit. Yeah, we're an 18 plus.
Gary.
Okay.
Yay.
We were just wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Now we have more girls than the other guy.
You didn't spirit all the time.
How's your car battery?
Yeah, and actually, guys, I'm going to reboot real quick. I hopefully will come back and be able to stop the broadcast, but
we might have to reboot, restart the show. So just be prepared.
Everybody hang in there.
Hang in there. We'll be back.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
Put up the test pattern, beep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 0 hertz test tone.
Yeah, the 1KC test tone.
Nerd.
You do the modern one with the channel ID, beep, left, right.
So how is the show still recording if he leaves?
Well, it's recorded on YouTube. Does the recording, right? So,
but I thought since he's the controller, I thought it would kill the.
Yeah, that seems like that's what
nope.
happened.
We're still live.
Don't talk.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah.
Don't jinx it. Don't talk about it. Don't look at it.
Yeah.
So now that Carrie's here, about that Vectrex.
Oh, she's muted.
She's muted.
My dear.
There we go.
You're still muted.
I have a knot in my. I'm a naughty girl. That's what I mean. But I'm still naughty, and not even in a hot way. I'll just ignore it.
Let us be the judge of that.
Yeah, you guys are so sweet. I know. I love my Vectrex. Oh my god.
I watched that show. That was really cool seeing that. As a kid, I so wanted one.
Me too. Yeah. I got an Intellivision instead.
Yeah, I had an Atari 2600.
Yeah, I had an Atari 2600.
I still have the Atari 2600.
It wasn't a 26. It was just the Atari.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It was the Atari VCS.
Yeah.
Nobody called it that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I still have
Atari.
My dad was a computer nerd, so we had the one with the keyboard, the Atari 400.
You had a computer,
but the games were freaking awesome on the Atari.
You could play Star Raiders.
Starman was like legit.
Bandits.
So, I'm going to date myself here. I ran a BBS on an Atari 800 and then 130 XE back in the 80s. Yeah, 4 years.
All right, BBS. You're talking my language.
Yeah.
So I had an Intellivision. I still have my Intellivision system. It's in the garage. But my dad was cleaning out the garage one day, and he didn't see the system, but he saw this bag, and he just thought it was junk, and he threw it out, and happened to be all my Intellivision cartridges.
Oh, no.
And it had, this was like when I was probably 17 years old or something.
That's terrible.
And not only that, but my friend had an Intellivision that broke, so he just gave me all his games. So I had this huge library, almost every game. I would say probably 80% of their library, all in the garbage, gone.
Oh my god!
So that hurt.
Yeah, you can use it against him. Occasionally you can throw that in his face. Just saying.
Well, I pee in his coffee when he's not looking.
Oh, well, that's probably better.
He's old. That's why you don't like coffee-flavored beer.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
That's why you don't like coffee-flavored beer.
Well, I had the same problem. So the Atari console, the Atari console I had in a box. I had
so fucked up.
I had the system itself in a box, and I kept that, but all the cartridges were back at home. So when I went off to college, my parents sold the cartridges in a garage sale.
Oh, no.
Gone, all of them. So through the miracle of eBay, I have rebuilt that collection and plenty then some. So
there's some really fun games like Tron Billy Discs and Mama Jump. Yeah. I'm sorry, Carrie. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just going to say probably not for the 50 cents a cartridge that they got.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no.
Mine was 0 cents.
I got a good deal. It was a number of years ago. It was probably about 15 years ago, and I got them pretty cheap. It was like $1 or something a cartridge. It wasn't bad.
Oh. Yeah, no, you scored.
Yeah, no, it was like the whole lot. These people were selling the whole thing, and I gave the second system that came with that auction to a friend of mine, and because his was dead, and then I kept the cartridges and the spare joystick and the working paddles and the working driving controllers.
Do you remember a long time ago on television, like the magazines you could send away for the Enjoy a stick? You would install them into the Intellivision controller, so you have a joystick instead of that dumb
Yep.
Pad.
The little pad thing. Yep.
Yeah, that thing was so hard to use. It had 16 directions in it. Yeah. So
I remember trying to use those. I was like, wow, you got the cool new system, but how the hell do you play it? Because this sucks. Yeah.
It was the weirdest. It was that they invented the first D-pad, if you think about it, though.
They did. Yeah, they really did.
It was just a disc instead of
Mock.
Plus.
Mock, I got one hot off the presses here. I just read
What's
this.
that?
So you're a MAME guy.
Yeah.
Just today,
a conversation that starts that way.
Just today, someone released in MAME the prototype game Aka R, the ROM.
Arca
Do you know that game at all?
No, never heard of it.